is, as we go here, week 1, Tuesday. I'm saying that for my own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, September 2nd. Ross Tucker today. Tuesdays at 4 this year throughout the season. Sal will join us too. What is the number one concern about this season? What is like the thing, if there's a thing that keeps you from being just like, all right, well, I'm going out on the boat and it's perfect out and I'm just going to lie here for 3 hours and, sip on...
what is the thing that's going to be gnawing at your brainstem?
What is the thing
right.
that you might be distracted by? Do you have one?
I still think it's how efficient, how effective are they going to be at getting off the field on defense on third downs?
Okay.
And I think that's still... The secondary is squarely in it's... The center of my unease about that, right? Corner 2. I'm just sort of catching up here and realizing that Benford didn't do much of anything for the past week or so, but that's probably just a slow play and he'll be fine. But still, that's a little alarming on top of what's been going on at the other corner spot. But yeah, I mean, I think when you're reading about the potential for, say, like a 6th-round pick, now I know the Bills ended up doing this a few years ago and it worked out great with Benford, but they may be in a position where they've got to play a late-round pick at that spot, at least to start the year. We don't know. I didn't miss any developments on the Trey White front. Like when they did talk about it last week, it was we're waiting.
I think it goes until tomorrow.
Okay. That's sort of what it reads like to me. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything late last week or something while I was away. So
I might have.
I think to start the year and even then long range, if White is going to be back, maybe he's even back for this game. I don't know, right? But if he's not, then we're sort of scrambling to piece somebody in there. And again, maybe it's a late round rookie. It's probably a little bit of all hands on deck. Maybe a few different guys will get turns there, especially if it's not going well. And that's the concern. And then there's the question about, is safety going to be better than just getting by? Which is how I would classify it last year. Like, I don't think they had a great season. It didn't sink them, far from it. But if you were looking to improve there, you just got to kind of, put your hands over your eyes and peek out and is it working? Because we don't have any evidence of it yet, which is not surprising. It's the preseason. How much better would be feeling if Rapp and Bishop played 20 snaps together or something? Like, oh, no, that looks like a team. They look great.
0%.
I don't think we'd have any idea if it's going to work or not. So that is still that. So the secondary, but it's really just what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get off the field on third down. I'm trying to stop people.
That's easily my pick.
Do I have enough there to do that effectively against a team that, frankly, did whatever they wanted on offense? They just turned the ball over 3 times, and that's how you beat them.
Ravens, yeah. Yeah, that's easily it. Old takes. I walk into this season thinking that the Bills are exploitable in the back. I do. I mean, Benford has a lot on his shoulders here. And the Bills are going to play. I mean, they don't have the hardest schedule, but they're going to play elite receivers here. I mean, they start... Baltimore's unique, in the league, but they'll get to Tyreek Hill, they'll get to Garrett Wilson, even Olave. It's not that scary. It's just they're going to be challenges. The Bills will be big. So I went out of order, but the next 3 games after this one, they'll be big favorites in all of them. They already are. And London and Atlanta eventually, even Diggs in between. There are wide receiver ones on a lot of these teams coming up on the schedule. And Baltimore, what do you even want here with the Ravens?
Say Flowers, Bateman, I don't know.
It's not on the same tier, right. But because they don't need it to be.
Right. They've got the quarterback that's someone's going to get open, and, he'll probably find him.
And it's Derrick Henry, and it's 2 tight ends. Likely may miss, but still, they're unique. Still, Benford will have a pretty big job. He doesn't have to travel either with these guys, but I think that'll be sort of an obvious strategy point for the Bills' opponents as underdogs in the coming weeks is all right, well, can we exploit their secondary? And maybe Benford is so good that they sort of throw somebody to the wolves with him, if they can. And then you have, whatever the rest of the matchups are.
Right.
The Bills are really down bad at the other corner, right? I think, maybe they're not as down bad, but if Trey White plays, what is that? I mean, that's a pretty big gamble at this point. No first-round pick, Hairston, for at least 4 weeks. What's Bishop? Taron Johnson has been so good, but he's also had a slew of concussions, and I wonder, I'm not going to bet against him, but just like something to keep in mind is like they're really thin, even if he's out there. And am I playing 3 wide receivers against the Bills? I kind of would think that I need to because I'm probably in a horse race on the scoreboard with them. Like I need to score. These teams are not likely to be ahead. If they're ahead, then it's gravy because they can just, play 2 backs or 2 tight ends and kind of eliminate Johnson. But one aspect of how successful he's been, and they've been with him, is that the Bills are almost always winning. So now I need to have a slot corner on the field all the time, and that's paid off. So I think it's not wide receiver for me. You could talk me into it, probably. Mm-hmm. We've had that conversation 10,000 times. But they showed last year that they can manage, to say the least, at receiver. But in the secondary, I don't know. I don't love what they have in Bishop yet. I don't even love what they have in Rapp yet. And the last time I brought Rapp up to Sal, how good is he? He's like, well, he's good enough.
Right.
He's good for them. And that's not the same as being good. That's just he's at least somebody that they have some trust in. Those are my words, not his. I think Billy Benford, this is a far cry from what it was like earlier in this amazing run the Bills have had.
Sure, there's a peak there where White is still healthy before the first injury, and it's Benford and Hyde and Poyer and Taron Johnson, and I think you would say that might have been the strength of the defense.
Oh yeah,
I mean you can't say strength of the team because Josh Allen was on the team, but still, maybe it's the second most dependable, unit on the team. The line had still not really established itself as what it's become now in the last 2 seasons. And so that has swung in the span of a couple of off seasons from a strength to I think it's almost got to be classified as a weakness. I think if you're asking me, the season is starting. What's your biggest concern back there? And if it were strength, that would not be my answer. I'd be looking for pass rush or something. And sure, that all plays a part in it too, and can cover up a lot of holes if Joey Bosa hits or something, and just can't be blocked. That would be fantastic, fantastic development. But they've gone from that being a strength to a question mark, and the injuries are a part of it. But it's also Bishop is a second-round pick. It's entirely reasonable for them to feel like they want that to work and are going to give that every chance to work. So he's your starter, and he's healthy, and let's go play the feud. But beyond him, you're back to what you had last year, which again was just enough to get by. And your corner situation, the draft pick is not healthy to start the year, so you're kind of scrambling there, and you're very quickly to Dorian Strong and Jamarcus Ingram, and guys that have filled roles here. Well, at least in the case of Ingram, Strong's a rookie. You just don't really know what you should be expecting there, I think.
Bills record in their last 7 openers.
Huh. I was thinking about this the other. I don't have it. I never followed through. But I thought, how good have they been in their openers? There's a Steeler loss on opening day. In that, right? There was a blocked punt.
Yes.
And beyond that game, I'm having trouble really pinning down other openers. Is that the only loss?
4-3.
4-3. So now, not the only loss.
Rodgers injury night.
Right. That's pretty recent. Yeah.
2 years ago. Then 2 years before that, they lost. And then if you go back 7 years, it's Peterman and the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
So McDermott is 5-3. They beat the Jets the year before that. Tyrod Taylor. Just it's a little bit surprising to me, too, because just instinctively I feel like the Bills are always just sort of getting off to these great starts.
Yeah.
But they did lose the Jet Monday night game. They did lose the Pittsburgh game 2 years before that. What's on your mind here? as the season starts? I'm not asking Bulldog this one because I know it's because the answer is this draft tonight.
Oh,
That's
sure.
on your mind.
Yeah, that's
Obviously, you're so distracted.
That's on my mind. Yeah, I can't. I can't.
All the Easter egg references to it in the last 20 minutes.
I can't stop looking at rankings.